Welcome to the Bamboo Strategic Media Studios. I'm your host, Caleb Krafsky. Joining me today is one of the masterminds and co-founders of the Gainesville Dev Academy, Kevin Robertson. Paired up here with recent graduate from the web development course, Matt. And really quickly, Kevin, wanted to know, how did you guys find your students? How can you find these kind of masterminds to really represent Gainesville Dev?
It's a great question. Actually, sometimes they actually find us, and that makes it even that much easier for us. And so, for example, Matt here, he came knocking on the door, and like I said earlier, he kept pounding, kept banging on the door until he sort of kicked it in, and he found us, and it was a great connection right away. And he is one of those guys that sometimes you know it immediately, actually. You know the guy that has that thing you're looking for, that stuff that you can't really describe. And Matthew's one of those people that really lives and breathes this stuff, and that's the kind of guy that we're looking for.
Very
guy,
cool.
woman, whatever it takes. And he wanted it and did very well.
So, Matt, you were eager.
I was very eager. At the time, I was constantly looking for jobs at that point. I was always researching, listening to podcasts about development. I was watching videos at 2 times the speed so I can learn faster. I was reading articles upon articles, listening to devs off YouTube, and I wanted a job at that point in development. And I was trying to get hired. I had somewhat of a portfolio, and I was trying to get hired. And it's like, have you checked out Gainesville Dev Academy? Have you tried Gainesville Dev Academy? And at that point, I was like, all right, I'll try it. I'll look for them. And that's when I found Kevin, and I was like, all right, I want to do this. Let's get this. How do I start? I want to do it.
That's awesome. So let's talk post Gainesville Dev for a second. Obviously, you learned a lot of skills that they were able to attribute. So what happened to you after the Gainesville Dev ceremonies of graduation?
So for me, my situation was a bit different. At the time that I actually started class, I had just started an internship with a company that had picked me up. And so I was working from 9 to 9 at night, doing the full-time job, trying to figure out my internship, and then going straight from work to class, trying to keep up with class. By that time, I was dead tired, and my brain was fried. But for me, it was a very unique experience, being that I was working in the field and at the same time taking classes, and it helped so much. It synergized so well because what I couldn't figure out at my internship, I was able to come to class and my teacher would walk me through some of the problems. Even if he didn't know exactly what the company was doing, he would help me to figure out how to solve a problem. And that was the key thing for me. I had already been learning languages. I had already been learning a bunch of software and web development, but I didn't have somebody to guide me through a problem. And doing the internship and not really having any guidance, it was really helpful for me to have a teacher at a class who can help me figure out how to solve a problem, how to take it from different angles, how to look at it at a different way. And it was so helpful, and it helped me with my job, that to the point where they loved my work. They hired me shortly after I graduated, and I've been there since.
That's incredible. Seems like you guys really fuel the fire over at the Gainesville Dev Academy, huh?
Well, we certainly try. I really like the idea of this synergistic sort of connection or whatever. I mean, because it starts with someone that has this grit, this determination, this motivation, whatever you want to call it, that's already kind of in the mix or already searching for it or whatever. And then we sort of synthesize all that stuff together with a great instructor like Justin, as well as Pratik, and having sort of a platform or a forum to sort of bring out the best in you. And so it works. I get to see these things kind of develop right before my eyes, like a Polaroid. Do you know what that is?
That's the tagline right there. It works.
It works.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll catch you guys next time here at the Bamboo Strategic Media Studios.